Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? It's your girl Neek, and you're tuned in to Neek at Night. And tonight we're going to be talking about this story that has been going all over social media of this young woman who basically was offed by her married companion, partner, or whatever. A lot of people have been having adverse reactions to it. Some even going as far as saying that if she dealt with a married man, she deserved it, and then some feeling absolute compassion for her. I have seen so many bizarre and crazy comments that I'm just like, woo, we're going to go ahead and talk about this and get down to the nitty and gritty. So the woman that is at the center of this is now deceased Kiana Brunson. Now, Kiana was 20 years old, and she was out of Milwaukee, and she was embarking on a journey of being a beautician. Now, along her journey through life, she started dealing with this man who happened to be married individual. So they were dealing together, and it was said that he, I guess, got tired of the relationship and contacted Kiana's mother to let Kiana's mother know that he no longer wanted Kiana or anything to do with her. However, to what is being reported, Kiana did not want to have it. Like, she wanted to continue to contact his wife and go as far as to, I guess, tell her about their, affairs. And to that, he ended up ending her life. Now, I was going through social media and I was looking through his photos and I was noticing, I'm like, whew. I mean, I tell y'all all the time, I like me, ugly men's and all that. But, the more photos I was looking at him, I'm like, I mean, I don't know what the appeal was, but I'm sorry to her. Rest in peace and condolences to her family. There must have been something. Because I was just looking at the photos and I was just like, I don't know. But anyways, that's neither here nor there. Let me get on to the story. So she went missing around September 24th, and her family started to get worried and concerned. They started to take to social media and advise people that she had been missing. She had left her apartment and she had not been heard of. So family members started to post, Kiana Brunson is missing. Her car was found Saturday night on the east side on King Drive. If you've seen her, please let her family know. And this was a post posted by her mother. Then it was revealed that her body was later located down in, I want to say, an alleyway. And that is where the details started to unravel. So I'm going to play a little bit of this news clipping and then we will go from there.
Murder, police say Brunson met up with a married man she'd been seeing, Sultan Sharif. Strangely, he'd reached out to Brunson's mom a week earlier.
He goes on to say, I want to be done messing with your daughter, but she's reaching out to my wife.
September 24th, a friend of Sharif's called 911 after he says he saw Sharif on top of the victim in Sharif's car and that the female stated, he cut my throat. She was screaming and pleading for help. Police didn't locate the two then, but hours later were called to an alley near Keefe and Palmer where Brunson had been tied, shot, and then set on fire.
She was everything to me. She was everything, and this is the most hurtful feeling.
Police interviewed a number of people, including Sharif's wife, who claimed he'd been with her the night of the murder, which the complaint says was debunked through video evidence.
All right. So as you see there, it was revealed that he had reached out to her mother. Now, there was a lot of people who started to give the mother flack because they felt like she must have condoned, and this was just a wild assumption. Nobody knows if she condoned or not condoned the relationship, but there was a lot of assumptions where people felt like In order for him to have the mom's number, in order for him to be able to reach out and call her and tell her, hey, you know, I'm tired of your daughter calling me, to feel that comfortable. A lot of people felt like the mother must have knew about the relationship with the married man and must have condoned it. Now, whether the mom condoned the relationship or not, her daughter was 20 years old. So even if her mom was against her seeing a married man, she was 20 years old and she was going to do what she wanted to do, period. Okay? And that is what her brother ended up taking to social media to let people know, which was true. I mean, she was grown and she was going to do what she wanted, and her mom had no control over that. This is a post from her family member, and it says, "On a boss, my sister was grown. She can do whatever she want and as she please. Don't ever try to come for my mama like she was a bad parent. We was well taken care of. She always taught us right from wrong. Y'all geeked, and if anybody got something to say, they can get up with me." Okay, so this was the brother basically going off saying, hey, you know, everybody's blaming the mom. Everybody's acting like my mom is a bad person because, you know, he called out to her. And the brother was basically setting the record straight, saying that his sister was grown and she could do what she wanted to do, and their mom was a good mom. Well, the mom basically went on to the news and she talked a little bit more about the situation along with Kiana's father.
I just pray. I don't never want to let nobody ever feel this type of pain.
Family and friends united by pain, gathering to grieve the loss of 20-year-old Kanaya Brunson.
It's terrible that we have to do this. I would have never thought that I would be burying my daughter before she buries me.
Brunson's parents say she could light up a room with her smile. She loved helping others. Her father tells me she just signed up for CNA classes.
She wanted everybody to stay close and wanted a lot of things out of life. She was going for it.
Dreams cut short. Police say Brunson, the victim of a homicide. Police say they found her body near North Palmer. Her father tells me her abandoned car was found about a mile away from here. Here, where police made the discovery. A week later, all that remains, flowers left by a stranger to Brunson.
It's just terrible that someone could go through that, and then to know that they probably went through it by themselves and not had me or her brother or my husband or anyone that she knew that could be there, you know, at a time like this.
All right. So as you can see, that's her mother basically speaking out, saying that she feels bad that her daughter had to go through this alone. Okay. And I went to her social media just to kind of look and see, you know, some of her videos, some of her likeness and things like that. If you go to her page is K on the way, or KOTW. And she has photos on her page of her and her mom. She has videos of her and her brother. And she has, you know, pictures of her surrounded by her loved ones and her family. Now, as you can see right here, this is a picture of her and her mom together. It also has like things that people have tagged her in, where it says that the family pastor has said some things. This is like photos from her Snapchat. And then they have the arrest records of the two involved. So the mother says, "I did everything you said, baby girl, but not cry. I cannot stop crying, but we got them, and Lord's will rest is up for grabs throughout the trial." Okay. She said, "Hey, you, it's been a month without you, missing you like crazy. My life will never be the same." And there's family who basically are giving their condolences to her on her page. Now, in addition to that, I was looking at some of the videos. So I'll show you guys some of the videos on her page. But, you know, to hear that she was basically dealing with this guy, he was fed up with dealing with her and her contacting him. And I'm just like, dang, I really wonder, like, what kind of hold he had to have on her. Because when I was looking at the pictures, I'm like, him and his accomplice look like crackheads. Like, they literally look like crackheads. And so she was a beautiful girl, and I'm sure there was plenty of men her age that, you know, would have enjoyed getting to know her. But, you know, it's sad that she got wrapped up with this individual. Now, the man on the left is the guy who she was dating, who was the married man. And the guy on the right is the accomplice who basically helped get rid of her body and burn her body and things like that. I'm going to go through some of her videos on her page just to share some of her videos with you guys. This video right here is of her, I guess, getting her nose pierced for the first time. Her mother had taken her, she was in the 11th grade, and her mom had taken her to get her nose pierced. So I'll play a little bit of that video and then we'll go through some more.
Can I get some already too late? Can I don't start that?
Mama, I don't want it.
Is you sure? Girl, sit down.
You're already here. You already went through all the bullshit.
Right. Had me driving all the way around. Notary.
The whole piercing takes me about a quarter of a second to do.
A
Second to pop your jewelry in. Quarter of a second. What's wrong with that? Like, how can you do any better than that?
You're in 11th grade now, so suck it up.
Okay. What side do you want that?
Right.
Okay. Think how often you see people with their nose done.
We had a tattoo place. Kanaya finna get a tattoo, y'all.
I'm just cleaning.
Kanaya, I already told you, don't do that. Do not do it.
Mom.
Do not do that, please.
Smelly part.
Kanaya, calm down.
Mom, can you come here?
Yeah, I'm right here.
No.
Recording for your friends to see. Stop looking at all of that. Close your eyes.
Not scissors.
Close your eyes.
I'm gone.
Close your
That's
eyes.
already broken open. You don't have to get it, but you're paying regardless now at this point.
Yeah, because he opened up all that stuff.
Mama,
So
come here.
just close your eyes.
Mom, can you come here?
Okay, hold my eyes.
No. You're trying to get me recorded.
Okay, close your
I
eyes.
don't want it.
Okay, so that was a video of her getting a piercing. Here's another video of her walking around. She was, I guess, at work.
I saw him look curious.
Okay, and then there was a video of her driving around with her brother. I guess he was driving for the first time to the hospital or something. And they had her mom on the phone.
You telling me what street y'all on?
Oh my God. We just passed the Villa Food Market. We still going straight.
And that lane gonna turn into one lane.
We know that. Please slow down. Start slowing down. It's finna change.
bro.
I'm telling you, she just said it's finna change to one lane.
You stop talking. I'm telling you.
All right, Ma. Okay, bro. Okay. Dang.
We by that gas station.
I don't know
We by
what
the
street.
gas station.
Go. Just keep going straight.
You just keep shutting across every light. But you're supposed to pay attention. That's why I asked you what street is that. You said by your gas.
We on Cortland. We on Cortland. We on Cortland.
That Hampton. The gas station is on.
We passed that. Now we going across that green bridge.
There's a bridge.
Over there by... Mama, you acting so crazy, bro.
I didn't know it was a bridge on 55. Oh, okay. You coming across like going to Capitol.
Yes, we on Parkway. Over here by our school. Not by our school, but you know where 48th and Hampton McDonald's at? That's the bridge we crossing over now. Why is it so hot in this car, bro?
Keep straight.
Yeah.
Just keep straight. Let me know when you get to Capitol. You'll be almost here.
can't believe my little brother driving us to St. Joseph.
Be quiet. And let them concentrate.
She doing too much.
Pay attention to the road, your mirrors, and everything.
We are, mama. We not slow. We know how to
We
drive.
bought school.
All right, so that was her and her little brother driving around. This is another video that she had on here. I don't, must have been an ex-boyfriend or something. And then this is her as well. She has photos of herself. Real pretty girl. And if you go around social media, there is some crazy stuff that, you know, people are saying. So there was the criminal complaint that was received, and there was records of basically what was said to had happened. And there was people who had some very interesting things to say about it. So according to the news, you guys heard a little bit of it, but I'll read a little bit more. And basically what it says was, a man and his brother-in-law are being charged for the murder of 20-year-old Kanaya Brunson. On September 24th, a friend of Sultan called 911 and told police he witnessed Sultan and Kanaya in a car with Sultan on top of the young woman. He then heard Kanaya scream for help and yell out that he cut my throat. Unfortunately, the police could not locate Kanaya and the call went nowhere. 2 hours later, police received another call regarding a fire in an alley. Upon further examination, they realized that the object on fire was the body of Kanaya Brunson. She had been bound and shot. During the investigation, police would learn that Kanaya and Sultan were seeing each other. They would also learn that Sultan was married. Prior to Kanaya's death, Sultan called Jennifer Meadows, which is Kanaya's mother, and told her that he wanted to be done with her daughter, but her daughter kept calling his wife. A week later, Kanaya would be dead. Police would eventually speak to Sultan's wife, who claimed her husband was home the night of the murder. However, police would find video footage that contradicted her claim. Police believe the night of the murder, Sultan met up with Kanaya with the sole purpose of offing her. He then enlisted the help of his brother-in-law to burn and discard her body. I'm not sure if Sultan's wife will be implicated in regards to lying to the police, but Sultan is being charged with first-degree intentional homicide and mutilating a corpse. Johnny is charged with harboring/aiding a felon and mutilating a corpse. Kanaya's parents state that their child was able to make anyone smile. Kanaya enjoyed making people look good and even enrolled into beauty school. So that is what is written up about this tragedy. And like I said, there was a lot of people on social media who had a lot of differences of opinions that they had. There was some people who felt like she deserved it. And I'm going to read through some of the posts on Lipstick Alley with you guys, because I was just like, although I don't, it's frowned upon to be dealing with a married man, yada, yada, I wouldn't say she necessarily deserved it. But I think that if you are going to be dealing with somebody married, okay, you have to understand there are consequences that can come with it. I don't think that it's wise to knowingly deal with somebody who you know is married and then decide that you want to blow up the spot. There has been countless times of women being unalived in these types of instances, and there has been, several instances where it did not end well. So if you decide that you want to mess with a married man, just realize that there are consequences. You've grown, do what you want to do. It's your life to live, but there are consequences behind it. I've seen stories where men were married dealing with a woman on the side, and then the woman on the side got pregnant, to which he wanted her to get rid of the baby because he didn't want his spot blown up. And then they unalived the young woman that was pregnant. I've also seen, and I reported on a story where it happened in, I want to say, was it Houston or somewhere, where this guy was dating this girl and his wife basically came to the door. And instead of facing his wife and letting her like be caught, he threw the woman out of the window. And they were like in a high-rise building where he just, instead of like, you know, facing the magic of his, or the consequences of his actions, he ended up throwing her out of the window. The girl ended up losing her life, and the guy ended up being in jail for murder. So it was like, at the end of the day, you're caught either way, so you should have just faced the consequences. But there are a lot of men who have fragile egos. They can never dish what they take out. They can never face the music of the storm that they created, because they were the ones who knew the consequences also of them being married. They're the ones who knew that if their wife could potentially find out about them being with somebody, that it could blow up their home, but yet they don't take those consequences into consideration, and they rather take it out on you. So instead of dealing with a man with a fragile ego who can't accept the consequences of the storm that he created, it's best to just leave these types of situations alone. Now, there are situations where women may not know, you know, and where they're completely lied to, you know. And I understand those are, you know, unique situations. Your emotions are involved and you can't predict how you can react to it. But just try to avoid it at all costs. If you talking to a man and he's only talking to you when he's at work, that's a red flag that he's probably involved with another woman, okay? If only time you hear from him is during work hours, even if that's the only times that he's meeting up with you, if that phone don't never ring after 5 p.m. and communication with y'all is only from these hours, you know, sometimes you can figure out the context clues without them even telling you. You know, I've been several times in the dating phase, in the very, very beginning phase, and you realize, like, wait a minute, like, boy, bye, you got something going on, because it's not adding up. You know what I'm saying? So as women, we also have to pay attention to those things as well, because a lot of these men are not forthcoming with their situations. They will lie to you flat out. And you kind of have to look at those things as well. But as you can see, this is Lipstick Alley, and these are some of the things that people had to say. This user says, at this point, side chicks deserve it. Leave these married corpses alone and enjoy your singledom. And it's like, these men have responsibility to leave these women alone as well, but yet people don't look at it that way. They put all the blame on, you know, one party, when this ninja, he knew his union that he vowed till death do he part, you know, first before anybody. He's the one who made those vows. He knows the vows that he's committing to. But to save yourself, just be aware. This person says, the mother says the murderer contacted her a week before the killing and said that he's trying to break up with her daughter, but she keeps contacting the wife. Shaking my head, I wonder if the mother talked to her about leaving them alone. Cheaters are dangerous. I wish people realize you're hurting people and risking your life. Somebody said, it's never worth it. Now you're dead over a $20 cash apps and crusty Grandpa D. You hate to see it. And then somebody pointed out that there were psychos in this thread, because some of the stuff that was being said is crazy. An old A reaper killing a young girl to keep his joke of a marriage intact. It's easy to pout on Kanaya, but in the end, she was barely 20 years old, young lady that didn't know any better. There was a whole lot more she could have been doing with her life. She was enrolled in beauty school. It didn't have to end like this. And this person says she didn't deserve that, but calling the spouse hardly ever works out for the side piece. Okay? No one deserves to have their lives ended because their cheating partner is a lying coward. Right. And I will agree. I don't think that that warrants or gives him the authority, like, oh, you contact my wife, you know, I'm a coward, I can't live up to what I did. So no, I agree with this person. No one deserves to have their lives ended because a cheating partner is a lying coward. However, knowing that a lot of these men are cowards, lying cowards at that, knowing that they have fragile egos, you have to be careful. So I will not say that she deserved it. I'm just warning y'all and cautioning y'all that you have to be careful. Okay? Someone says, I think when it comes to affairs, it's better that the side person keeps to themselves and would do good not to contact the spouse or interfere in the other relationship in any way. I'm not condoning cheating either, because any form of it, emotional or otherwise, is morally wrong and corrupt. But if someone is going to do it, at least know your place and where your value is in that relationship. Too many women are convinced that they will become the main and that the man will divorce his wife, and it just isn't realistic. Plus, why would you want a man who openly cheats on his wife yet expect him to be loyal and faithful to you in the future in the event that he does leave his spouse? Rest in peace to this young lady, and I hope in the future this culture of being a side piece ends. All it ever does is harm young ladies like this one, and in the long run, and truly it isn't worth it. Just have a piece of a man or to feel a minute amount of love and affection. So the thread goes on and on and on. People saying that he's a demon, that he should have stopped cheating on his wife, that he's a man that was pervy. And there was a lot to be said. I want to know what you guys think about it. This person says, I refuse to blame the wife or girlfriend for this man's actions. He chose to murder this woman. Now, he did chose to murder her, but the wife also lied for him. I don't know that I would lie for my husband. If you going out and you cheating on me and you are about to commit a murder, I'm not about to lie to you. So I wouldn't be surprised if the wife told him that he needed to deal with it. Like, I'm not saying that she did. I don't know for a fact, but I would not be surprised, because looking at the picture of the wife, when I went to the Facebook page, I'm like, they look jank. And they look crusty. I don't know. I guess I'm going to just say crusty. So I wouldn't be surprised what the wife would say or condone. But I'm going to show y'all pictures from his Facebook page. So this is his Facebook page right here. And there's a lot of people who have been going to his Facebook page. And this is a couple. They shared a Facebook page together. So on the Facebook page, it's him and his wife page, and they share a couple's page together, okay? And they have pictures of them at the club. They have pictures of them, I don't know, at some massage place, look like. They have pictures of their wedding. Okay. They look okay. And on his arrest affidavit, it says that he was born in 1969. He is 53 years old. He is 5'4". He is 140 pounds. He has black hair, brown eyes. He has a bail set at $500,000. He is in there for first-degree intentional homicide. Okay, mutilating a corpse. And I don't know. But I'm going to open up the lines real quick and y'all let me know what y'all think about it. Let me see. Was there anything else that I wanted to show? The father, he posted on his post that, you know, no father should be burying his daughter. He said, justice for Kanaya. They have charges brought up on the suspects that took his daughter. He's forever fight for the love of his baby girl. And he has several posts on his page. But let me open up the line for y'all real quick to see what y'all have to say about it. Oh, thank you so much. I had to send you a blessing for that liar breakdown. Sister, you've been on fire. Thank you so much. Peace, love, and joy. I appreciate the donation. Let me give y'all the floor real quick and y'all tell me what y'all think about it. Because, again, there was a split down the middle of how people felt in this situation. So, let me break down. Sister. All right. So, the StreamYard link is in the chat. And, oops. The StreamYard link is in the chat. I'm going to pin it to the top. If y'all ever want to send donations, y'all know y'all can always send via Super Chat or y'all can send via my website. Now, in this time, while I wait for some of you guys to come on the StreamYard, I'm going to tell y'all know that I do have a website, www.neekatnight.com. I added a bunch of new goodies on my website, so definitely go to my website and check it out. I have new lipstick vibrators that'll be coming in soon. I have bunch of new accessories that I added on my website, a bunch of adult goodies. Shout out to y'all. Like, I have been getting wives who have been buying the adult toys for their men. Like, I contacted a couple customers just out of curiosity because one of my customers confused one of the male toys with the rose. And so I started contacting some of my customers and I found out that it was several wives who was buying adult male toys off my website for their husbands. And I thought that was cute, you know? Let me know how that goes for y'all. I love to hear testimonies. Now with the male toys, you got to have a little extra lubrication with it, you know, to get the ball rolling. But I want to know how that worked out for y'all. But let me see what y'all are saying. Let me post this link. Chop his old crusty behind up and feed him to some Texas alligators. Please don't try to act innocent in these comments. Most women have messed with a married man, whether he said he left her or was finna get divorced or what they lie and say. Watch your back. Somebody said the wait, what? Somebody said I'm all the toy he needs. Girl, ain't nothing wrong with a little spice. Ain't nothing wrong with a little spice. You can add a little flair to it. Let's see. Shonda, hello. Unmute your mic. Anybody else that wants to come on, click the link. And you don't have to be on camera. Shonda said your device is connected, so you have to click back in. Not sure what happened. She was too young for him. He knows he's wrong for that. I've never messed with a married man, love. Neek, I got my package and I just wanted to say thank you for the free gifts. It was so sweet of you. Oh, thank you. I'm glad that you got it, and hopefully it works out for you. Hopefully it works out. Let me see. Shonda, hello?
Hey, can you hear me?
Yes, go ahead.
Hey, thanks for having me on your show. And I just love all the different stories that you cover. I just wanted to call in as a person who got cheated on and left her husband. Like, it's not, to me, these scenarios is like, it's crazy to me, right? Because having gone through that, it's like, just leave, like, you know, the situation. Like, you don't, like, to co-conspire with the husband against this young lady. It's just so sad. And, you know, even as a person I've been cheated on, I don't blame the young lady. Like, I think it's up to the husband. He's over 50, like, he knew better. He's the one who took vows with the wife, you know, and it's so sad. And I'm so sorry that this young lady lost her life. Like, it's just, the whole situation is just really sad. And like, she's 20, you know, but to me, that's not really an adult. Like, I think she probably has a lot more growth and stuff like that. She definitely didn't deserve that. So I'm really sorry to hear that this happened, but I just wanted to call in just kind of from that perspective as a spouse that got cheated on and just was like, okay, I'm not dealing with this, you know, just leave the situation. It's not that serious to the point where something like this happens, you know. Life is just too precious.
All right. Thank you, Shonda. All right. NT, it says that your device is not connected. Click back in. Malika? Unmute your mic.
Hello.
Hey.
Yes, hi. I'm calling because I just have to say this. For one, I feel like all three parties are wrong in this situation. The wife is wrong for covering it up. The husband, he's wrong for killing her, and the wife, I mean, not the wife, but the mother, really, I should have said for the mother, she should have got on her and said, you know, you're making a wrong decision by, you know, messing with a married man. Because as a mother, you know that your daughter is making the wrong decision, you know, regardless of how any of us feel, you know, your daughter's making the wrong decision.
Well, we don't know that her mom didn't have that conversation with her, though.
I know that we don't know that, but I just feel like as a mother, she should have pushed it more once that man called her, you know, on the level of age that they are. You see what I'm saying? And she should have also checked that man, because that's still a young lady, you know, that's a baby you messing with. So, you know, I just feel like everybody in this situation, they played a horrible, you know, a horrible part in it. And it, you know, tragically ended this young lady's life, you know. And I just feel like this, too, is a lesson for a lot of your viewers and anybody else on Instagram and other platforms who's watching this story. If you are a side piece, if you are in a situation with a man, you should think about it. Not once, not twice. Just think about it. Got that one time, like not multiple times. Like, you know what I mean by 1, 2, 3. Just think about it at one time. Is it worth my life? Do I want to be this girl?
But what do you say to the youngsters who they have to find out the hard way on their own? Like, you could tell somebody that's young till you black blue in the face, they're gonna want to make their own decisions, especially when they get their own apartments. They feel like they grown. I mean, it's only so much that you can really.
That's true. I'm not gonna lie. I'm not to cut you off. You know, when I was young, I made decisions. Not saying, you know, all us perfect, but once you get to that level of toxicity, you have to, you know, realize you're making the wrong decision. Because at the end of the day, she, you know, played a big part by taunting the wife. You know, at the end of the day, you know, we see this constantly where a young lady taunts the wife. And, you know, wife don't know what's going on. I mean, even though she's wrong for, you know, covering up for him. But like you said, we don't know the ins and outs of what happened in between. She may be covering for a situation she didn't even know it was this one. We never know. But she did play a big part and taunting her, you know, that tragically ended her life. And the man is definitely wrong because you're 50 something years old. You're old enough to be her uncle. You should be, you know, mentoring her and, you know, keeping her away from men like this, not laying up with her.
All right.
But
thank you, Malika.
Okay.
All right. Alrighty. I mean, I wanted to hear from a few of y'all. I appreciate y'all coming up. Happy holidays to y'all. And I will see you guys later. Thank you guys for tuning in. If you guys did not watch this while I was live, let me know what you think. Let me know what you think about this whole situation overall. And what do you think about it? Because there has been a lot of opinions about it. Now, again, I feel like, you know, when you're a young adult, nobody could tell you anything. At least when I was in my early 20s, I did what I wanted to do. I talked to who I wanted to talk to. I did what I wanted to do, period. But you have to understand, anything that you do in life, there are certain things that can come back negatively. There are certain things that are a danger. You know, I had certain friends who would go out and meet certain people, like certain tricks and people who want to like pay them and stuff like that. I just never was with that. Like, it was certain men who, like, back in the MySpace days, who they would literally like hawk me down, like hawking down my friends, wanting to like meet up with me. It was like, I always be like, you know, using my like, I'm not meeting up with certain people. You just have to have good discernment when you are embarking on your journeys in this world. You know, I have friends who would be doing some wild stuff and I'll be like, girl, I will not. Not to say that, you know, me not doing certain things, like life could hit you even if you just walking down the street innocently, minding your business. So I don't want that to be misconstrued. However, just the decisions that you can make wise decisions. The decisions that you can avoid, certain consequences that you can avoid them. Okay? By using your discernment and just, you know, trying to navigate this world a little bit easier. You know, when I found out, like, if I would talk to a guy and he lied about having a female or something, and I found out that he lied about it, I've never in my life contacted the other girl. Like, I've had girls contact me, you know, about certain dudes or whatever, but I've never like been out, because I feel like if they are a dirty dog, the woman gonna find out regardless. At some point in their situation, she's going to find out. So, I mean, that's just never been my steez. I just be like, you know, I'm not dealing with your ass. You know, hopefully she knows, but I just never entangled myself in that. I just felt like, nigga, I just gonna cut you off. You know, all that drama is never been worth it to me. And I could say for a fact, I've never contacted no female, like, period. I'm not contacting you, period. Because I feel like you already know. 9 times out of 10, they already know anyways. You know what I'm saying? So I just never, you know, unless it's a situation where, like, for instance, there's just recently a guy in Oklahoma who knowingly was around spreading, you know, HIV to people. Now, if it was something like that and there was somebody who was a danger to women and they were, you know, spreading something, like, you know, those situations, yeah, I'm gonna put your ass on blast. You know, luckily I ain't never encountered nobody like that, but there's certain situations where I can understand, like, all right, you know, but situations where you know what it is going into it, just like the Hennessy Marie thing, the trans woman who was dealing with the men but felt like she wanted to later expose them. You knew when you dealt with them what it was. So to try to expose them, I felt like, you know, I just never agree with that kind of stuff. But I won't say, you know, you deserve to lose your life over it or whatever, but just be careful, okay? Sad situation all around. My condolences to her family. Talk to you guys.